when a pastor does this, when he strays from the truth, when he gets involved in immorality, when he arrogates to himself a kind of tyrannical control over the church, it is the responsibility of the church members to do something. And the first thing they must do is pray. For Jesus is the head of the church. He is the Lord of the church. He understands. He sees everything. He sees what the pastor is doing. He understands why he's doing it. Before we do anything else, we go to the Lord and then we pray. And then second, I think, you go to the leaders of your church. You go to the deacons. You go to the elders. And you bring the matter to their attention. I think you have to be very careful about this. 1 Timothy talks about don't bring an accusation lightly or casually before an elder of the church. Don't do it without 2 or 3 witnesses. I think the danger is people will get unhappy and begin to gossip, begin to complain, and a negative spirit will spread throughout the congregation. I think if you kind of go to the end of that road and you feel the pastor has lost his moral and spiritual authority, and you have prayed about it, and you have gone to the leaders of the church, and maybe you have gone to the pastor himself, and there is no relief, and there is no change, at that point you are faced with a very difficult decision. I will say this. I'm jumping way to the end now. There are times when you're going to have to leave a church rather than stay and be miserable. I do believe that ought to be the last resort. I think you ought to try everything you can before you leave a church because it is such a painful thing to do. But there may be a moment where, having used every option that is open to you, it is better to go someplace, if it is possible, to worship in freedom than to be miserable and to feel like you cannot trust the man who is up giving the word on Sunday morning. These are exceedingly difficult situations. Hard to give a rule. I couldn't say, how long do you wait? I couldn't say if it's 6 weeks, 6 months, 2 years. I can't answer that. Each situation is different. But pray first. Then go to the leadership. Seek the Lord. Do not leave a church until you have pursued all avenues of a godly solution.